love, sex, and marriage in the next life. I wish to address a theme that has fascinated human beings across cultures and centuries: the nature of love, sex, and marriage in the life to come. Many religious traditions either pass over this subject in silence or insist that earthly relationships dissolve entirely after death. Emanuel Swedenborg, the 18th century theologian and visionary, however, provides a profoundly different picture. Through his spiritual experiences, he asserts that love, sexuality, and marriage not only continue in the next life, but in fact become perfected there. Swedenborg begins with a foundational principle: human beings are created as vessels of love. Love is the essence of our existence, the very life of our souls. In his writings, particularly conjugal love, he explains that the highest form of love is the union between one man and one woman in a spiritual marriage. This union, he insists, is not temporary, but eternal, because it reflects the very marriage of divine love and wisdom within God. Thus, the destiny of true marriage is not dissolution in death, but continuation and perfection in heaven. One of Swedenborg's more striking claims is that sexuality does not vanish in the next life. On the contrary, he writes that men and women retain their gender forever. Masculinity and femininity are not accidental traits of the body, they are essential qualities of the soul. For him, masculinity is primarily a form of wisdom and femininity a form of love. These two qualities are designed to be conjoined eternally. Hence, the sexual distinction between male and female remains after death, not in a crude or merely physical sense, but in a way that gives depth and beauty to spiritual union. What then of sex itself? Swedenborg affirms that there is indeed a form of sexual expression in heaven, but it is vastly different from its earthly counterpart. In the natural world, sexual relations are often mingled with selfish desire, fleeting passion, or even exploitation. In heaven, by contrast, sexual union is purified of such distortions. It becomes the bodily expression of two souls in perfect harmony. He describes heavenly intercourse as the ultimate of conjugal love, entirely chaste, mutual, and filled with delight beyond what can be imagined in earthly terms. It is not an indulgence of lust, but an overflow of deep spiritual unity. Swedenborg also emphasizes that not all marriages continue in the next life. Earthly marriages founded on convenience, external attraction, or worldly advantage dissolve after death because they lack inner harmony. Only those marriages where love and wisdom are genuinely united endure. In his vision, everyone who is destined for heaven is led to his or her eternal partner, the one with whom such a union is possible. This partner is not chosen arbitrarily, but discovered as the counterpart whose inner qualities perfectly complement one's own. The two are seen as one angel in heaven. It is important to note that Swedenborg distinguishes between spurious and genuine loves. Lust, adultery, and relationships based purely on gratification are said to corrupt the soul and lead away from heavenly union. Such distortions belong to the lower regions of the spiritual world, not to heaven. True marriage love, by contrast, grows ever more inward and ever more joyful. Far from diminishing with age or time, it increases into eternity. Why does this matter? Swedenborg's teaching provides a hopeful vision of continuity. For those who long for love that transcends the limitations of earthly life, his doctrine reassures them that genuine love need not end with the grave. Moreover, it restores dignity to sexuality by presenting it as an eternal sacred aspect of human identity. It is not to be despised, nor merely tolerated, but transformed into a heavenly form. In conclusion, Swedenborg paints a picture of the next life where love is the very atmosphere of heaven, where marriage is the eternal partnership of two souls, and where sexual union is not abolished but exalted into its purest form. For him, heaven is not a place of sterile detachment, but a realm of living relationships, intimate joys, and the fullest realization of human love.